Hey yo, what up? Assalamu alaikum. Well, about PKs. You know, I've been seeing like the preview of the Peter Pan and Wendy, and I figure like, you know what? Let me just get on that. Let me tell you something about Peter Pan and Wendy, because really these are about some. This is an evil story. This is really a bad story. Peter Pan and Wendy is really about. It's almost like that Casper and Wendy. Um. Anyway, Peter Pan and Wendy. This is a bad story. This is folklore. Actually, this is about the Pied Piper up in Germany. What is it? Hamlin. Pied Piper of Hamlin. Peter Pan is Pied Piper. But they a lot of people think that this Peter Pan story is a good story. And realistically, it's a really a bad story. Realistically, Michael Jackson wanted to be a Peter Pan. Michael Jackson wanted to be Peter Pan. But anyway, Peter Pan is really about ignorant dude. It's also representing Ham, the god Ham, the one that is into ignorant stuff. It was into a lot of ignorant stuff, and that's why it's called Pam. His name is Pam because of the god Pam. You know what I'm saying, that's why they show him like that's supposed to be feathers, but in the real story, the one that come from the folklore is really horns. So Peter Pan has horns, not feathers. You know what I'm saying, and this guy is Pied Piper. The story Pied Piper is the guy that he's like a joker, he's like a guy from the circus come through, and he's supposed to get rid of the rats, but since they didn't pay him or they deceived them, so he kidnapped all the kids. He kidnapped the kids from the city or from the town. This is a real folklore for real. Peter Pan is a story about the Catholic Church. The story about the Catholic Church. You know what I'm saying? You get the word again, Peter is you get the word pedophile from it. You know what I'm saying? You get the word pedophile from it. Wendy is a witch. Wendy is a witch. The story about Peter Pan is supposedly like his shadow got lost in somebody's room, and then he takes him away to whatever land. But that's because he kidnapped him. That's what the Pied Piper did. He kidnapped the kids. Wendy is you never heard the story of Wendell? Wendell is a warlock. Anytime you hear a story about a girl named Wendy, it's because she's a witch. You never heard about? Remember Casper, the girl with Wendy with Casper with the red hood? Yo, your computer. Some computers call Dell. Dell. They say like computers is the new witchcraft. And how do you see certain stuff? Through window. Window. Feel the vibration of the words. Window. That's where you get window. Window is windy. You know what I'm saying? Wendy. That's why you got Wednesday, in Addams Family. In the Addams Family, the name is Wednesday. It's almost like Wendy. This is about a witch. Anyway, Captain Hook is actually one of the kids that Peter Pan kidnapped, and he found out how shitty Peter Pan was, and he just, the real story of Captain Hook is supposed to be one, because Peter Pan's the only one that doesn't get old. He promised to nobody that they was going to get old, but if you see the story, all the kids are getting old except Peter Pan. You know what I'm saying? And they're going over there to fight. You know what I'm saying? They've been, the whole story about Peter Pan is about, the original story about Peter Pan is called Peter Pan, the Boy That Hated Mothers. This is the story about Peter Pan. How to retaliate against your parents. The story about Peter Pan is about a story about going against your parents. If you really look into it and try to be rebels forever. And this is what we live in. We live in a time that we want to be a bunch of Peter Pans. I'm saying we're a bunch of Toys R Us kids that we don't want to grow up. We got 40-year-old dudes that don't want to grow up. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to grow up. You know what I'm saying? And Captain Hook is actually somebody that's trying to convince the kids, yo, we need to. They're making him look bad, but realistically, Captain Hook is he was one of the Lost Boys, and he got away from Peter Pan. You know what I'm saying? He got away from Peter Pan. And then he promised that he was going to get rid of Peter Pan and help. Captain Hook is actually the good guy here. I'm saying Peter Pan is actually the bad guy here. I'm saying, but they got you liking Peter Pan. Peter Pan, again, the word Peter, that's where you could get pedo. I'm saying pedophile. Peter, again, the church is come from Peter. St. Petersburg. Where's St. Petersburg? Anyway, and what did the church always did? What did the church always do? Didn't the church always take away people's kids? The church used to take people's kids. I'm saying this is during the Dark Ages. You know what I'm saying? And then I had like a wizard window that used to convince parents or trying to convince kids why it's okay to leave the parents. You know what I'm saying? And the parents end up suffering. This is during the time of Germany, back in the 1600s, during the Black Death. These are folklores from back in the day. The Pied Piper story. This is the Pied Piper story, and they give it to you guys again. I'm saying? Again, this is spreading. Again, this is the spreading. The spreading of the story of the Pied Piper or Peter Pan, you know, and this was a warning. You know what I'm saying? Again, Peter Pan he's a creep. He was watching at Wendy at the window. You guys don't see it. He was stalking Wendy for while she was sleeping. You know what I'm saying? And then out of nowhere, kidnapped her. You know what I'm saying? Not kidnapped her, but convinced her to leave with her. To leave with him. You know what I'm saying? And she ended up helping him to get more kids. This is Peter Pan Church and Wendell, the warlock. You look into it. Yo, again, Wendy, you know what I'm saying? This is Wendy. The Little Red Riding Hood? The Little Red Riding Hood was in Germany. Casper. Why do you think it's Casper? Where's the Black Sea at? The Black Sea is the Caspian Sea. Caspian Sea. You know, Caspian Sea. Everybody think that Casper is good, but he actually a bad ghost. He's a demon. He's trying to possess kids and make kids do things for him. You know, the story of Casper is a demon that he's trying to get to kids to have him do things because he don't got a flesh, so he can't do things. So he need to puppet other people. That's why he's behind Wendy. Yo, anyway, these are folklores, but these are stories that I guess people don't tell them this shit, and people so stuck in church. Since people are stuck on church, they just believe the Disney shit. I'm saying, because people don't know shit. They go to church. The priests tell them, you know what I'm saying, that they could teach them the way, but they don't. They don't. They keep them in ignorance, straight ignorance. Keep them straight ignorance. You know, that's why people. Tinkerbell is a hater. And not a hater. She's not a hater. Tinkerbell is actually somebody good, but they're trying to make her like she's bad. Tinkerbell is in a way is trying to tell Peter to get off that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, they got it all twisted. They got this all twisted. They got people that make it look bad. It's just, I'm a person that I like villains. I like villains. You know what I'm saying? But again, they made everything like a joke. You know what I'm saying? They make everything. Why? Again, the church. Didn't the church came to America and attack all the other Indians? So that's what they did. The church used the Lost Boys or the Lost Tribe of Israel and came to America. That's what Peter Pan did. Didn't Peter Pan grab the kids and made them feel that they were playing Indians? And they were against Indians? This is what the church did. This is what the author did. You know what I'm saying? Again, Peter Pan, the real story about Peter Pan, the real story about Peter Pan is called The Boy That Hated His Mother. You know what I'm saying? And the bad kid. Again, Cook, it was one of the Lost Boys that escaped Peter Pan. Anyway, salam alaikum. This is Bill Shit.